Ever get that creepy feeling driving home late at night? On a deserted road, storms rolling in, like you're not alone.
Oh, yeah.
That's the vibe we're diving into, unpacking Rodney Norman's The Hotel.
Ooh, okay.
It's about this woman, Lisa, closing up her flower shop late, gets stranded, and stumbles upon this hotel.
Mm.
But it's not exactly, well,
Safe travels.
not even close.
Mm.
More like Twilight Zone meets vacancy sign.
Yeah.
But the way Norman sets it up, those everyday anxieties, working late, driving home in the dark, a storm, we've all been there.
Totally. That feeling of being isolated, it just gets under your skin.
Exactly. And just when you think it can't get worse, boom, her car's gone. Keys, poof. Phone, no signal.
Talk about a bad night. Stranded with a storm coming.
Right. And that's when this grand hotel just pops up out of nowhere. Like 1 minute, nothing. Next minute, welcome.
But something's not right about this place. It's too perfect, too inviting, especially after what just happened.
Oh, it's giving be careful what you wish for. The hotel itself, it's like this weird mix of charming and creepy, like it's hiding something.
Yeah.
Definitely. That classic too good to be true feeling. And then there's Granny, the manager.
Granny. Don't even get me started. All smiles, offering Lisa a free room, a hot bath. It's a lot.
Way too much. Like she's overcompensating or something. What's she hiding?
Right. And then those little things Norman throws in. The dead phone, whispers, a lone guy at this massive buffet.
Like a decaying mansion, frozen in time. Beautiful but eerie. Everything's just slightly off.
Total Stepford Wives vibe.
Yeah.
And it only gets weirder. Nowhere is that clearer than the ballroom scene. Lisa hears music, gets caught up in this waltz, and things go from weird to terrifying real quick.
That ballroom scene is where everything changes. You're lulled into this false sense of security by the music, the elegance, then it all falls apart, the music stops, and suddenly it's not dancers. It's a room full of skeletons still waltzing.
Skeletons. Like dressed-up skeletons.
Dressed to the nines, like something out of a Victorian nightmare.
That's more than just off. That's full-on horror movie stuff.
Exactly. Norman takes us from unease to pure terror in the space of a paragraph. And it makes you wonder, what does it say about Lisa, drawn to this dance with death?
Right. Is she a victim? Or is there something about her that makes her susceptible? Like this isn't just happening to her, but because of her.
That's the question, isn't it? And then, just when you think it can't get weirder, there's Bale.
Bale, the waiter. Don't get me started on Bale. He's like the cherry on top of this nightmare sundae.
His transformation, the things he says, they get creepier and creepier. It's like Norman's messing with us now. You think the skeletons were bad? Hold my drink.
Like we needed more messed up. But this is where I start to wonder, is this even real? I mean, is any of this actually happening, or is Lisa having some kind of breakdown?
Right. It's like, is this stress, the storm, a concussion from falling into the Twilight Zone? Norman blurs that line between reality and delusion so well.
Because just when it's at its peak weirdness, bam, the police show up, say her car was in a freak accident, tree limb, whole 9 yards.
And it's like the hotel never existed. It's
It's
too
free-
convenient.
Right.
Except
what?
there's no squad car. No mention of where this officer came from. And Lisa, she just goes along with it. But you can tell something's not right.
Like a part of her knows something happened, but she can't quite remember, or maybe can't admit it, even to herself.
That's the genius of it. Norman leaves us with more questions than answers. Was the hotel real? Was she in danger? Did any of that actually happen?
It's like, the more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Mhm.
And those final lines, no cop car, talk about chills, makes you wonder, are we just wired to find answers, even if they're unsettling?
Absolutely. It's that age-old struggle. Logic versus the unknown. We want to believe in a rational world. But stories like this, they make you question those boundaries. What if those things we try to ignore, those what-ifs, are closer than we think?
And if we go there, if we say, okay, maybe the hotel is real, what does that say about Lisa's rescue? The car back, the explanation for her injuries, almost like a cover-up.
Like they wanted to make her forget it ever happened. And maybe us, the readers, too. If they can manipulate reality like that, what else can they do?
It's like how much of what we perceive is actually real and how much is being controlled, shaped, erased. And in that final line, no cop car. Talk about a gut punch.
Norman's not letting us off easy. That one detail throws everything into question, right? We're not just doubting the hotel now, but the authorities, too. It's like, who can you trust when reality itself is up for grabs?
So what really happened to Lisa? Was she ever really safe? Or did she just stumble onto something bigger, something beyond our understanding?
Yeah, maybe that's the point. The hotel isn't just a horror story, it's a warning. A reminder that there are things out there we may never understand, forces beyond our control. And sometimes the best we can do is acknowledge their existence and hope we never encounter them ourselves.
It definitely makes you think twice about those late-night drives, especially when there's a storm brewing. Maybe the most comforting thought is that everything has a logical explanation.
Well, where's the fun in that?
True enough. For anyone who loves a good mystery, one that sticks with you long after you finish reading, check out The Hotel by Rodney Norman. You'll find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew about reality, and maybe even sanity.
Just maybe leave the lights on after this one.
And maybe skip the roadside motel, no matter how tempting that vacancy sign might seem. Until next time, keep those minds sharp. And remember, sometimes the most unsettling stories are the ones that make us question the most.